Ladies and gentlemen, you have waited all week.
Yeah, Boogie Page. Throwing it down for All Things BMX is ready. I know I am. Attack the ATB Airways. Let's kick it. All Things BMX. It's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like and subscribe, kick back and relax. Said it's All Things BMX. It's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. So like and subscribe, kick back and relax. All Things BMX are streaming to you. So post up on your couch, screencast to YouTube. It's gonna be fun, it will be a blast. You gotta do much but kick back and relax. They coming to you live from a studio, or they might be at the track, man, you never know. So don't go anywhere when my rhymes are done, cause the show's just starting, let's have some fun. I said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. So like and subscribe, kick back and relax. I said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. So like and subscribe, kick back and relax. All Things BMX got the boogeyman's back, so I wrote them this track to send some love back. JT, Melissa, Chris, and Paul did it damn and kinda get it entertain y'all. And I wonder who gon' have on the show as a guest. I bet someone good who's gonna impress. Guess I would just have to wait and see. Let's get the show going and start the party. Said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like and subscribe, kick back and relax. Said it's All Things BMX, it's a BMX show. Unlike the rest, if you need some info, they got the best. Like, subscribe, kick back and relax.
Found a nice pick.
Here we are. Welcome to the All Things BMX Show. We hope you guys are ready for episode 141. Are you ready, Phil?
We got a heater on deck right now.
It's Fire Flames if you're on Snapchat.
Double, like 3 of them
3 or 4.
at least. Minimum.
Minimum 4. We hope you're ready for episode 141. No trouble with big doubles. We got Hall of Famer Michelle Cairns. That's my Rick Carter voice.
MC Cairns in the house tonight.
It's man, this show might go without commercials. Big shout out to the brand new Haro, Florida BMX team. Thank you guys for joining us. I had a good time hanging out with you guys this weekend and almost getting beat.
By one of the guys on there?
The gals.
The gals.
Nag 8. No, Nat 8. Nag 8. It didn't matter. I don't care. She had a snap. I ain't even angry.
You got beat by a chick?
No, I won.
Okay, good.
But we had a good time. It was fun. It was a good time, man. I don't give a shit. I'm in Florida. I'm living the dream. We're having fun. I'm racing. I don't care who beats me.
You did a lot of racing this weekend, too.
Oh, my God. I still hurt.
I was getting tired looking at your posts.
My God, I still... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Melissa is going to be joining us on the satellite feed that's provided to you by none other than Danger Snack. Danger Snack ponies up for the satellite feed, and you guys know this is the snack. That is the difference between dragging ass and hauling ass. Make sure you guys check them out. Links in the chat. Our opening song is brought to you by our good friends. Have you went and checked out his Spotify channel yet?
I was on it, and then I got a call, and I had to stop, and then I didn't go back.
Oh, my God, dude.
So I'm not going to lie and say I listened to it, but I was on it. I was ready to listen.
He's killing it, man.
He's doing good.
He's doing good. All right, make sure you guys check out Boogie. He has the Boogie Train new song. It's on Spotify. Go give him a like and a follow. And if you guys want to support the show, you can do it. You can do it by sending stars during the show on Facebook, because that's not over on YouTube. But you can do it on Facebook and on the replay, FYI. So if you're watching later, you guys can donate on there too. But also, a direct way to impact the show is go join us over on buymeacoffee.com, All Things BMX. We're going to put the link in there. Melissa is hanging out up there in Michigan.
Melissa.
Hello, guys.
How are
Welcome
you?
to the show, everybody. Michelle, so nice to meet you.
Hi, you too. I hope you're not freezing too much up there.
Yeah, we're making it.
That's
Oh,
good.
all right. It's always a great time. Melissa's joining us from our Michigan studio that's brought to you by Desoto BMX. Brian Fell and I are brought to you by the Florida studios, which is brought to you by Seatuit Condominiums. If you guys are looking for the ultimate BMX experience, make sure you guys Google Seatuit Condominiums because it's like, what is it, like 7 minutes? from the
It's
track?
super close to the track. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect the first time I came here, but these places are nice. Everything's nice. The pool's awesome. It's all screened in, all fixed up from the hurricane. It's definitely a spot to go to.
It's where you got to go to. Our chat is sponsored to you by BMX Rocks Photography, and our one of my good friends up there, Mo, Big Mo,
Mighty
Gosh,
Mo.
Mighty Mo. No, not Mighty Mo. Mighty Mo does the cruise. Big Mo does
Oh,
he-
different Mo.
different Mo.
We got a Mo 1 and a Mo 2.
Mo 1, Mo 2.
Oh, Lord.
Mo 1, he's up there in Toledo killing it. He's the newest Carbone Cartel sponsored team. So congratulations. But look, if you have something you want to put in the chat, make sure you guys put it in there. And the chat is sponsored to you by BMX Rocks Photography. Make sure you guys do it. Check them out. Links in the chat. Our chat question. So you guys look, I want you guys to chime in on this one. All right. Are we going after this weekend? You saw this weekend, right?
In Vegas.
Fucking huge, right? I mean,
The COVID Nationals. Yeah, I saw.
so I just want to know, like, do you think, all right, to everybody in the chat, do you guys think, like, is every national going to have an increase in moto count?
I don't think so. I mean, personally, I think different places are going to go up and go down. People want to go to Nashville. That's a great spot to go to. People want to go to Pittsburgh. They want to go to like the noteworthy tracks that they haven't been to before. Then they want to go to some other races, maybe cherry pick some points or easier. That shouldn't be cherry pick, but easier points.
I don't think they're cherry pickings around.
There's no more cherry picking like
No.
that, like we used to, what we know of. But I think different. It's. I mean, you can almost track it, you know, with who's going
Right.
where and stuff. So I think the
I think
fun
the-
tracks are going to stay fun, and the other tracks are going to just like
All right.
fill in.
What do you think, Melissa?
I think those numbers were nostalgia. Last year at South Point.
Good point. Good point. All right.
Well,
Tonight.
did they go down?
No, they went up.
Did they go up a little bit more?
Yeah, they did.
I had like 183 in the pool, or 483.
Yeah, you didn't win.
What was
tonight's-
it?
I don't.
Rick's in the chat. He can tell you.
Yeah, Carter, put the winning numbers in there. Tonight's BMX Showcase is sponsored by Answer BMX. Our Newsmaker segment is brought to you by the greatest nutrition company ever, 110% nutrition. Melissa's world famous trivia segment is brought to you by our good friends at BMX. Jesus Christ, I already skipped ahead. Bombshell Racing System. Sorry, Dave. Our resident DJ is brought to you by Truth BMX. When is he going to be down here again, Melissa? It's like a few weeks.
It was
For
more
the National in February,
Yeah.
so the third week of February.
It's going to be a good
Did you get the condo, by the way? Did you get the Airbnb yet? Thank you. That's why I'm holding on to that room at the Hilton Garden Inn.
The birthday shout-outs are brought to you by On Two Wheels and Chris Beer. The show opening is brought to you by none other than Gate 9. Fel, tell them where they can listen to the live stream.
Tonight's live stream is being brought to you by Mega Design Group, the best tent company in the world. Plus, we do other stuff. Tagline,
You're a full
punch it.
marketing company, right?
A what?
Full marketing.
Yeah, we do everything.
Like you make boxes, you make...
We can make packaging, we can do banners, posters, video work, anything you need done, we can get done.
And the podcast version of the show is brought to you by Dye Job Apparel. Take it away.
Michelle Cairns.
Brian Fell.
Holy shit.
She's on a podcast
She
and
is
live
on a
stream.
podcast right here with us live. I am so stoked to be here with you, talking to you about all this stuff. Where have you been? You have gone AWOL on us.
Pretty much. I hung it up. I just, it's hard. It's really hard. Like even talking about stuff, you know, just because, like, I mean, BMX was my life for 25 years, I guess, you know. So I mean, it's pretty much the only thing I ever had a passion for, and still to this day is, I mean, it was my life. So it's hard sometimes because, you know, just thinking about, you know, growing up and how freaking lucky I was, how fortunate I was to even be a part of something so amazing. So
Right on. Well, speaking of growing up, how did it all get started? Where did it all start? Take us back 25 years and fill us in.
So 5 years old, I had a choice. It was either ballet, gymnastics, or BMX. And my neighbor, he took me out one day, and he I went with my mom. I was 5, and I fell in love that day. I wanted to go ride. And so my mom and dad got me a red Huffy, and it was on. I said, screw the little ballet shoes, and I took to 2 wheels, and it was on and popping, and it never stopped. I lived BMX. That's how it was.
Bike weighed almost as much as you did.
It did. It did. I have a picture of like I had like this big, huge yellow helmet, and the bike, like the handlebars came up to my head. I'm holding on like this.
What? That fits right. No problem. Go up to the top of the hill and send it. You'll be fine.
That's pretty much what happened.
So, are you aware that you are the only woman to win all 3 major titles in BMX?
I doubt it.
So, like UCI, NBL, and the ABA.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Colin Stiles. He reminds me of that often. He's good with the BMX history, so I love him for that.
Well, he's who nominated you to get in the Hoff. So.
Yes, he did.
Speaking of the Hoff, were you kind of expecting it, or was it a shock when you heard about it? Because I know you're a pretty humble person, and you don't really, you know, broadcast your past and everything and what you've done in the sport and stuff. You're pretty low key on it. Were you shocked or honored or a little bit of everything?
I mean, as hard as I worked, I guess I felt like I should be, but like I never, especially being there in the moment, it was like, wow, this is just crazy. You know, definitely shocked and awe of, you know, like Matt Hoffman and you know, Dave being in the same, you know, thing as Dave Mira, or, you know, just all of the big names that, and like to be a part of that, that's definitely like just crazy to me. It's nuts.
Okay, so do you feel like your accomplishments weren't as great as like Dave Mira or Matt Hoffman? Because me personally, like what you've done to the sport is greater than what they've done.
Absolutely, I do, but it's kind of like it's not really me, like, you know, like it's not it's not me. It's
Right.
just weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, you've got
it's like just seeing it from the outside is it's just crazy. It's just nuts.
Well, how long after you stopped riding did you get into the Hoff?
So I quit racing in 2004, like professionally,
right.
and competitively. So it was 2016 when I got inducted.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
So that's a long time to be disconnected, because I know when you got out.
I was done.
You're later. See you later. Deuces. And
yeah. it was just I wasn't focused, I wanted to do other things. I met a boy, and I thought I wanted, to settle down. But and
that's never gonna happen. Never.
But yeah, I mean, it at the time, it was what I thought I wanted. My mom was crushed. She was still going out to the BMX track, hoping that I would still go. And, it just, looking back on it, I know it was just time. I didn't want to practice anymore. I didn't want to train anymore. And it was just time.
You've been doing it since you were 5. You're ready to roll.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Speaking of your mom, we can't not touch on Terry in this podcast, because she was, a huge part of your career. She was like the original, like, man friend. The term man friend, like they use in motocross. She was there for you. She could change gears. She could break your bike down to fly. She could put it back together to race or whatever. And, I know you guys were really close, but I mean, obviously closer than most. A lot of people would give their left, foot to have that kind of relationship with their mom and all that. Did you feel like you were letting her down when you quit?
Absolutely. But I didn't care. I had more important things that I wanted to do. I mean, she, like, looking back, I don't know how she did it. She was there like through high school games, volleyball, softball. She would take me to the track every single day, and I would just do lap after lap. She had her little stopwatch. She'd time me, the gear. She would know if I needed to go up a gear or down a gear. I mean, she was just everywhere. I mean, she was my coach. She got me sponsors. I was very fortunate. I really don't know how she did it.
So it's somebody that's not in the sport, like Mr. BF. How many sports were you involved in other than BMX?
So growing up, I played a little softball when I was younger, because my sister played softball, and she was a pitcher. So I wanted to be like my sister. She's 20 years older than me, so I wanted to be like my big sister. So I started playing softball. Through high school, I played varsity volleyball and softball. And I think my senior year, I played soccer. And I had to stop that because I had shin splint so bad. But it was every day going to practices. My mom would pick me up, take me to games. Like, she would get so mad if I didn't if I didn't play in a volleyball game. She'd come and tell the coach, "We're leaving. We got better things to do. We got to go to a BMX race or something." So she was a trip. She was a trip. But
do you feel that helped excel you in the BMX sphere?
Absolutely. She pushed me. And with me, I need that extra push, because I can just sit around and do absolutely nothing. Perfectly happy. But she definitely pushed me. Like, I would come home from school, I would sit down and do some homework, and then we would be off. We would walk my bike through the little woods, and we would be at Barnett Park. All of the locals there, I remember Dave Milham and his dad out there, and he'd be out there, paddle,
Paddle, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, when you were talking about your mom telling the soccer coach you all got to peel or whatever, I got a flashback of Tulsa when you
Oh,
got,
yeah.
oh, I saw it firsthand live. Michelle comes over to my pit and I need to ride back to the hotel now. What's going on? My mom just left with my bike. We're leaving. Like, you got motoed on Friday. You got motoed at the Rock, and
Yeah, we were going home.
and we're out. That deuces
Just
Yeah.
done.
out. We're going
That's
home.
it? It's a
We are
wrap?
we are going home tonight, right now. And
Yeah.
I took.
That's how Melissa is if I go to the Rock, because she's like, get the fuck out of here. You're not going to make it. Let's go home.
Dude.
Let's go to IHOP.
That exactly.
Rock.
So I take Michelle back to the hotel, and we go in the room, and like I'm kind of mediating the two of them. Like, all right, let's calm down. Let's stop breaking the bike down, because we're just gonna have to put it
Wrong.
back together.
First thing never to say.
Oh, but she wasn't breaking it down like proper. She was breaking it down, just shit in the box. We are leaving right now, and it was just hilarious. I mean, if you knew her mom, you'd be like, "Oh my God, Terry!"
Classic Terry.
Just wigging out, and we calm her down, put the bike back together, we go back, and then she gets ABA #1 girl pro that 2 days later. Like, same race,
That was
same
crazy.
everything.
I'll
Regrouped,
do it.
regrouped. Let's get it together. I think that's the same year we got a picture with Huey Lewis.
Wait.
I think that was the same year,
Like,
maybe.
I want a new drug, Huey Lewis?
Yeah. He was kind of a dick, though.
I heard that.
In all honesty,
No, wasn't it Steven Tyler?
well, he was there too. But remember, Huey Lewis was at the concession stand, and you wanted a picture with them, and I said, "Excuse me, can we grab a picture with you?"
gosh.
And he was like, "I'm not really doing pictures right now." And I'm like, "Come on, man,
Yeah,
for
well,
real,
you-
really?" And then like he's like, "All right, whatever," and he turns around like, done, like total rock star move.
Yeah.
Like, you never know that he wasn't like a happy guy. He was kind of a jerk.
Why was he at Grands, though?
I think his kid raced or something.
Oh, okay.
Something.
All right.
He wasn't that good. I didn't know him. That's why I was.
All right. We're a little bit into the show, Michelle. So typically what we do is we kind of check in with Melissa in our chat room, and because she monitors it so nobody can talk trash. Or like we have groups of people that join us that love to like share disgusting memes and so on and so forth. So we're going to toss it over to Melissa. Melissa, how is the chat room looking?
It's busy, definitely. We're gonna say hi to Sean Gifford. Rick Carter's with us. Robert Cardoza's tuning in over on YouTube. Emily Schaefer, who I think Michelle knows from racing days. Damon Tucson and Chris Beer, both members of the ATB team, are tuning in. Hi to Michael, is it Viado? Scott Smith is with us. Dave Blower is tuning in. Oh, shoot. It jumps to the bottom when somebody puts something in there. Let's see. Martin Kennard says, "Hey, what's up? Brian and Justin see you in Okie." Oh, Rick said, "I think JT had some danger snacks in his pee hole, way too hyper." Thought that was an interesting picture. Tony Stillinger says, "I was surprised to see the moto count. Earlier we were talking about Vegas. He says he wishes every national would grow, but isn't sure that it will." Ed McKenzie says, "What's up, Mr. Fell?" I think the moto count for, was it Saturday, Rick, was 449 in Vegas. So that's nothing to be scoffed at. Scott Morrison's also tuning in. Tracer Finn said, "Oh, I sneezed. Thank you, Tracer. I appreciate that. He was blessing me." He said he loves the combo of Brian and Michelle. Awesome history there. Mike Miller's tuning in, says a huge fan of talking about Michelle, a BMX hero and a first responder hero. That's pretty cool. David Dortona is with us, says, "What's up, family?" Let's see. Michelle Rutkowski says, "Hey, cuz." Oh, Alice Bixler is in the chat. She says, so grateful that your mom and dad let you BMX. You were amazing. One of the girls who helped Florida win the President's Cup. Well, that's pretty cool.
Many times.
Couple.
Yeah, true.
Retired 2 of those babies.
I had it in the bag one year.
Lisa
y'all don't
Motley
know.
says, the grand story is a great one. Josh Blair's tuning in over on YouTube. Welcome. Noah Robinson's over on Facebook. Oh, look at that. William Prince. Pedal, Michelle. Lily is coming around you, he says.
Love you.
Paul Remington is also a member of the ATB team. He's tuning in over on Facebook. He says, who doesn't Brian know? Which is a fair question.
Honestly,
There's
dude.
quite a few people.
Our buddy Justin Schultz, or AKA Tank, is tuning in. This is a great show. Best info out there. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Love you, bud.
And Scott Smith would like to know who was Michelle's favorite teammate.
Munchie.
Well, I
No,
do have the
Munchie Scott's-
picture of me sitting on his bike, so like when we were on Haro together. So, I mean, how could I not say him, right?
I don't. You
Sounds
say
like
him,
it's
and
me.
TJ's gonna get upset. You say him, and
I know.
TJ
I know.
and Mikey's gonna get upset, and Justin Joy's gonna chime in from somewhere and off of Loxahatchee.
I know. No, that was certainly one. Yeah, there it is, right there. I had the biggest crush on Scotty.
Can you hold that? Can you hold that?
Oh God, no, I can't. I'm sorry.
Not anymore.
I'll go do work.
What button is it to hold it?
Michelle
F37
Rutkowski
that I
says
don't
when
have.
MC was 5 in Orlando.
Look at that Tom
WE
Ritz. I'm sorry. Look at Tom Ritz.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
that was in. I think that was in Vegas
That was a long time ago.
or California, one of those two.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Melissa. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I can come back to that one. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I can finish up. There'll be more.
Finish. Here's an awkward
She's
silence.
boycotting.
Well, I thought we were moving on.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Live. This is how you know it ain't edited.
we can't
It's
edit.
not edited.
We
It's
can't
live.
edit it.
It's live.
There's no way to edit.
This is what
it.
I'll
happens.
know
in
right
live.
where to come back to.
No, go ahead.
be all good.
Do it right now.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
So Michelle says when MC was 5 in Orlando, WESH News did a segment on NPSA, and they asked Michelle if she would BMX for a long time or just for now, and she answered, "For now, LOL."
That's probably the truth. I had the 2-liners every time.
So,
2-liners.
Bill Madden said he's watching his Florida peeps from the swamps in LA, and that catches me up.
All right,
sorry again.
Melissa,
Oh no, sorry at all.
I didn't mean to break rhythm.
you broke it.
It happens sometimes though.
It's kind of like when you
Hey,
go see an
well,
Aerosmith.
He couldn't pause the pictures. You had to share right at that
I
moment.
wanted to
Make
stop it. Look at that one. Yay!
I can't.
I know. I wish.
Actually, give me a minute. I'll go and do some work. But however, it's like an Aerosmith concert. They're all that old. I can't slow it down.
Hey, it happens. It
It
happens.
certainly does happen. All right. Thank you, Melissa. And thank
Of
you
course.
to BMX Rocks for sponsoring our chat room. We really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't done it, make sure you guys go over there because I don't know if you know this or not. Fel, do you know this?
I don't know what.
The district numbers are now out.
Oh, I did see that. I saw the Instagram post from USA BMX
I mean,
today.
I don't know. Am I supposed to post my new district numbers?
I think you're supposed to go to like Gate 9 and get all new stuff made.
Yeah, my shit's like triple digits across the board. I'm not that good. Like, what do I do? What do I do if I am a triple digit district number rider?
Just hang that shit up. Park it. Just park it.
All right. Good talk.
Throw yourself into your work.
I love it. All right. We're going to be, we are back. We're hanging out. We're talking to Michelle Cairns. Michelle, thank you for joining us this evening on the show. You are 2016 Hall of Fame inductee, the only Hall of Fame that matters, by the way. How walk us through how when you found out that you were now a Hall of Famer in our lovely little niche sport. Like how was that? Like what happened? Walk us through the whole timeline.
That was a long time ago. No.
I don't remember that long ago either.
Right. It I mean it came as a surprise. I was in shock for sure. Like I said, I had a feeling, that maybe one day, but I didn't expect it. I definitely was not expected. I pretty sure I freaking just lost it because, my mom had just passed away. And, if it wasn't for her and a lot of other people as well, but, she was pretty significant, that it wouldn't have happened. So, I mean, I lost it. And then, just the trip out there, because I was in fire standards. I was taking fire school at the time as well. So it was a pretty big year for me. I graduated fire school. I lost my mom. I got into the BMX Hall of Fame. So it was like one of the worst years, but one of the best years ever, sure. And it, just thinking back on it, even taking the trip and seeing all of, my BMX people. And I mean, it brings back so many memories and, just the camaraderie that you get from the BMX family, being in the presence of other great BMXers. I met Eddie Fiola. I was just in total awe. Matt Hoffman, I walked by him and I was tripping out. It's just little girl stuff. I felt like a little girl again. It's but it was amazing. It was an amazing time in my life at a crappy time in my life.
Well, I think when because I remember you getting there and we were walking around and looking at all the lead in and stuff, and I don't think we didn't have the Hall of Fame target, if you will, when you were racing so much. It was more of an ABA thing.
It was.
It wasn't an NBL thing.
Sure.
It was an ABA thing.
Is that like the dual sanction, right?
Well, what?
Well, like you had NBL, ABA.
Well, the NBL tried to have their own.
Yeah, they were dog shit.
And it was all it was like a late idea of what USA BMX
Sure.
or ABA was doing. So when we your whole career, my beginning timeline, there was no Hall of Fame target. There was no thinking of that. I mean, it
was an ABA thing.
I went to the first one I went to was in Oklahoma City, and there was like 25 people in the thing, and I didn't know anybody, and they were like on a riser, and I was just like, all right, this is kind of like silly.
Well, how did it end up from there to when she was?
Where I'm going with this is, I think you walking in, you realize the magnitude of what the Hall of Fame is for USA BMX. And that's when I think that's when it hit you. It didn't hit you when you got nominated. It didn't hit you when you got in. But I think it really hit you when you got to the Olympic Training Center and you were walking in and you're looking at there's the torch, like there's the flame going behind there and the tables and everything looks so nice and it's badass. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think that's when it hit you. I think you got a little overwhelmed, and it was cool to see. I thought it was awesome to see because I kind of saw the evolution of it, and to see you coming into that after being disconnected, I think was a pretty cool thing. Yeah,
for sure. Because growing up, I was an NBL girl. I never raced ABA, and you would hear about Cindy Davis and how great she was, but I never got a chance to race her, until like 92 when I finally went to my first ABA race. I think it was for BC, the Bicycle Center for BC Dave, and somehow got out there, and I got my name out there and got to do a few ABA races, and but it still wasn't like, it didn't feel the same, it was ABA was like so much cooler than NBL, but NBL was the family, the family oriented and laid back, and ABA seemed a lot more stressful to me for
Sure.
God knows why, but and it was always on the West Coast, so you had to travel. There was no ABA on the East Coast. It was NBL, ABA, and ABA had the history. They had the Hall of Fame. NBL really didn't have that.
Right. So, as a person that has transitioned from a Hall of Famer and just a amazing BMXer, okay? So, like, that's what you've done, and now you have like what I like to refer to as a 9 to 5. How was that transition from like being that just amazing pro to what we do now, right? So like, just the 9 to 5 grind. Like how was that transition?
Well,
I don't even know. It's
hang on.
yeah.
You want to help that?
Yeah, I want to help that a little bit. I rewind it a little bit.
I don't have a rewind.
When you went,
we can go to anything.
Tell us how you went from rock star, literally rock star status, to hitting the wall and realizing, hang on, what am I doing right now?
Then to the transition of
then because personally I think she has an amazing story, and I think there's a lot of people out there that if they knew the full story, then or the timeline, I think it would be a little bit more inspirational, a little more. Holy shit, I can do this.
Do you think it would help racers?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it'd help everybody.
Okay, let's go.
Help everybody.
Let's go.
And I mean, and for those of you that don't know, that when she fell out of racing, she started living it up a little bit. That's a nice way to say that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Hey, by the way, what he did in media was he delivered it up on a high platter for you to take it away.
Yeah.
I like to call them softballs.
Take it away, Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, when I quit racing, I met a boy, wanted bigger, better things, and I got me a 9 to 5. I was working at Chili's. I was a server. I started partying, living life to the fullest, because I was good.
Living the server lifestyle.
Living the server lifestyle.
Been there, done that.
I think, just I drank. I drank and I started, doing drugs, like I'll start there. And just because I feel like, when I quit racing and I quit having that high from when I would get on the gate and just have that adrenaline and that happiness, that came with that. And I missed that. So the more I drank, the happier I would get, the higher I would get. So, I mean, it came down to, just living the party lifestyle, and it got bad. I was in a very, very, very dark place. I sat in my room, night after night, just by myself, for months at a time. And I finally hit rock bottom. I hit a bottom probably, I guess it was in, because I quit racing in 2004. So 2008 is when I finally hit my rock bottom. And, you know, I got into recovery. I asked for help. And I finally filled a hole that I had been missing, you know. And even, you know, growing up, you don't think that anything's gonna happen, you know, and you continue on with life. And, you know, me being me, I'm not the smartest of the smart when it comes to making decisions, you know. I've gotten better for sure. But I mean, I feel like anybody who hears my story, you know, that, I mean, shit happens to everybody, you know what I'm saying? But like, just that there's a different way, you know, there's hope, there's, you know, a better path of life than just partying and being stupid. I mean, even in racing, you know, it was all about partying. Shit, we had every Sunday night after the Nationals, we were going out. That was the best part of the weekend.
I can neither confirm nor deny the fact that happened.
I know you can't.
I cannot sign a waiver in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it happens.
But I mean, me being me, like it just wasn't enough, you know. So I had to take it to another level. And yeah, I mean, I finally figured I needed to do something better with my life. And so I finally went back to school. I still didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, you know, but it's fun. I don't know if I should tell this story. I did one of those stupid Facebook little quiz things. Said what would be a good fit for you. So I did that, and firefighter came back. I was like, oh, well, that would be pretty cool to do, you know. And it flew by. And then one morning I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go and be a firefighter. So I looked into it. Had to go to EMT school, did that, and everything just fell into place. And here I am. I don't know how. I don't really want to know how, because everything is working out. Just one day at a time, and life is good today. Good. You know, and it's some days are tough, you know, and life can be hard, but life is good.
Hey, you got a new car, awesome house, and you got a brand new pool. Dude, life is awesome right now.
All right, FYI.
Life is pretty freaking amazing.
Her new whip,
yeah,
is next level.
It's pretty badass, isn't it? I love the color.
I'd take that shit over a Lambo.
I have to say, there's got to be some correlation between some of the adrenaline rushing from the BMX into the adrenaline rushing that I would imagine is firefighting. Do you feel that correlation?
Absolutely. The nerves, you know, the nerves that you get, like when I get on a fire truck and I'm going to a fire, you know, just thinking about, you know, what's going to happen, you know, what I need to do, the focus, the adrenaline of getting off the fire truck and pulling a hose or throwing a ladder, and it's just as taxing as going 45 seconds on a BMX bike, pedaling past the finish line.
And I just want to take a second before it gets forgotten to thank you for what you're doing as a first responder, because that is a phenomenal profession and it takes a special soul to go into that. So thank you for everything you do.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man.
This is a.
You want me to ask another one, guys?
Oh man, take it away. Please do.
You guys were so quiet. What happened?
Yeah, well, first of all, like I don't know if many people know. I don't know if many people know this. You know, she knows, and he knows that like back in the day when I got into BMX, I used to pin posters up.
Oh, so you're starstruck.
Oh, you're fangirling out again.
You're fangirling out.
You fangirled out at dinner. You fangirled out before the show. Now you're fangirling out again.
Okay, I have like very few people that I'm like, oh my God, and I'm sorry. Here we are. All right. So like,
all right. Well, I want to know.
Take it away.
What has been your most memorable moment in your BMX career?
Love it.
Specifically BMX.
I got to just pick one.
I mean, top.
Throw a
Top
handful.
10.
Throw a handful
Pick
of
one in the
moments
top
out
10.
there. Throw a handful of moments out there.
We all know
There you
it's
go.
gonna.
I mean, 11 years old, my first world championship, 1987.
Orlando, home track.
Yep. Let's see. I mean, 1999 women's #1 world pro ABA. I mean, that trophy means a lot to me because I didn't get to race much ABA, and it was very it was kind of a surprise because I had no idea that I even won that. And I was sitting at the finish line with Greg Leisure, and they announced my name that I won, and I was like, what? I just started bawling, like, no way. And I mean, that's probably my one of the most memorable. I mean, there's so many.
I never got my coach's commission on it either, by the way.
I wouldn't pay you
No.
either.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
She just called you the F out, bro. Melissa,
maybe you did. I don't know.
Melissa, what else do
What's
we
that?
have? What else do we have? Anything?
Oh, I got so many more.
Hold
Hold
please, take it away. Take the questions.
on. Okay. All right. So,
What about? Hang on, Melissa. What about all the
helping me with us?
What about all the stuff I
What
wrote?
year?
We're gonna get to it.
What about all the stuff I wrote?
We'll get to it. We have to take care of the fans.
Hey, I'm
It's not all
avoiding the
about
red
you,
highlighted
yeah.
ones.
Okay, look. Hey, homie.
Yo,
It's all about the fans. It's about the fans.
I love your shirt.
I love your shirt. Stand up tall. Stand up tall.
Chest out.
I love your shirt. Melissa, take it away. Please ask those that are asking questions in the chat room because we're a live
Oh no, that
BMX
wasn't
show.
chat. Sorry, I was going off script.
Take them away. We don't care.
Go ahead, Melissa.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know either. All right, I got a question.
All right, Brian.
Okay.
Of all the programs you raced for, what program had the most influence on you?
When you say program, what do you mean by program?
Teams, programs,
Like sponsorships?
yeah. Well, she knows what I mean by programs.
Yeah, I know she does, but like most of us that listen,
I'm sorry.
like
sorry. Lingo.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of smart person.
Of all the organizations that you raced for, of which
Again.
one had the most influence on you?
Again.
Mega.
One. Again.
They all got. You got. I understand. You get different pieces from different teams. What are some of the things that each team that you remember from each team? What are some what influenced you? What impacted you? What made you mad? How many times did you want to kick Bill Prince in the shins?
Dude, every time I hang out with him.
How many times did you ride for Bill Prince? That's a great.
Good times. We went on tour to Canada. I still have a picture of him and I friggin' chilling on the grass and at the Niagara Falls. Let's see. MCS, I think.
No,
He was
no.
no?
No.
What else? Haro, absolutely. Haro was a huge deal for me. You know, I think that was probably toward the end of my when I was a little older, during my pro career. You know, they definitely, I got to travel a lot more with Haro, ABA, NBL, more.
You got more independent because you were with the program. You were with the team, not so much with with your mom. So
right, for sure.
You were more calling in to check in with Terry, not so much
not with her.
With her every day.
Absolutely.
Cameras there.
Yeah. Yeah, and being older too. I guess she kind of let me spread my wings a little bit and go on my own.
Right.
Which sometimes I felt kind of bad about, you know, but it was nice to be able to go on my own.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's true.
I feel like
she already knows way too much.
I feel like there's an autobiography that could be written.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, fair enough.
Then of course, you know, standard bike company. You know, I that's my most favorite bike ever. You know, the red, black, and gray, and just it was nice to ride for a company who wasn't so corporate, I guess. You know, and being able to go up and hang out in Iowa for a week or two and travel with the guys. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. She's the reason I loved Standard. Like, there was this one year at the Christmas Classic, they built like a compound, and she just out there like fucking killing it on the track. Like, nobody is jumping, but she is. And I had to race my main event in Mecca jeans. Remember those? You do. Because, dude, bro, I raced and I didn't even know I made it to the main. And my friend's mom's like, bro, you're in the main. And I was like wearing these big ass bell bottom pants. They weren't Jenkos because they were the competition. They were these Mecca things. So I had to go race. But I remember this. I'm in staging because I was an expert way before I ever should have been an expert. And I watched you guys race and I was like, what the fuck? Wow. Because look, you just totally killed it the whole race. And
did you want Michelle to race your lap for you?
No. Well,
stand in for you. It would have been obvious.
Here's the thing: I had this weird helmet, and it would have never worked. But yeah, I would have paid a lot of money.
Man, those were the best races.
Dude, do you remember Columbus, Ohio, back in the day, son?
What part?
That was the best race ever.
That was the greatest.
Michelle, do you remember Sean Butler falling through the goddamn gift shop?
No.
Okay, good talk.
I don't remember that. He's brought that before. I don't remember that happening either.
Well, I gave to the goddamn.
I remember Adam Richards throwing a chair over the balcony into the lobby, but
the big planners.
Funny story about that. I literally was sitting at the bar when he threw it over. All right, look, we're gonna take
Florida.
We're going to take a
Florida.
Oh, I have such a great story about Florida. However, we have to go to our commercial, and we're going to be right back. You guys don't go anywhere. We have some commercials we have to hit. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Sports World, the best value in the world on bikes, parts, and equipment.
It's time
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're hanging out with the Hall of Famer, the one, the only
Michelle MC Cairns.
Yeah, buddy. How's it going?
What happened? Hey, I got a question.
Take it away.
When you were on the gate, who did you want to be next to when you had to come over, when you had to get out, when you were stuck in 8 and you had to get over because, you know, Lily, Kittner, Marie.
Don't lead her. Do not lead her.
Who did you want next to you?
Jamie Lilly on the on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jamie Lilly. She had the best gait ever, and I totally remember when I first started racing her when she first moved up, and I just remember getting on the gate with her, and I was like, dang, this girl's got a friggin' gait. So I went home, I practiced my gaits, and I learned the little C, my little slingshot, and because that was my goal, you know, and because she always had a great gait, and if I was on the outside of her, I knew that I'd be all right.
That'd be Lily post racquetball glasses, right? Remember those racquetball glasses she used to wear?
Yeah.
Well, she hated that thing. All right. What's the opposite of that? Who do you not want next to you on the gate in that situation? Who's the person that got lined up next to you and you were just like, damn it, I can't believe she's next to me.
I love it.
Probably Natasha. Because her gait was like so bad. She had the worst gaits ever. And she would leave like so early, but she would still be in the gate. But then by the first turn she's passing you. So it was just crazy.
Right. Best basement in BMX.
Really?
The Burke household was.
Is there any way we could get both of them on the show?
Who?
Ryan and
Natasha?
Yeah.
I'm sure we could.
Fair enough. All right.
I'll reach out to him.
So what I would like to know, because as somebody that used to put your posters on my first home I ever owned, what was your most memorable moment racing?
Most memorable moment racing. Good Lord. There's
winning the Ultimate Pro Cup in Okeechobee.
Yeah, the whole series. That was such a great series. That was such a great series for you, BF. I can't even believe that nobody ran with that.
NBL did run with it, but they beat it up to like an $800 budget.
Right.
We started off with like a $4,000 budget, and it just kept getting whittled down.
Hey, stop it. I flew down for your MTB SMX thing.
Yeah, you did. The Uber cost me $100 to get you from the airport to here.
That's how much I love you. All right, here we are.
So, most memorable moment racing. I mean,
I'm sure you have multiple worlds, nationals, but like, was it the year you won the Triple Crown, or was there something else that
1997, I think the Canada Worlds.
Is that when they lit the first straight on fire?
That was
No.
Nashville.
That was Nashville.
That's Nashville. Yeah,
I threw
it
the
was
bottle.
on-
Okay.
I threw the lit bottle.
I just got hit.
Yeah.
I'm
Holy
sorry.
crap.
I'm sorry.
Probably because that was, the UCI, 16 over pro women. That was big for me. I remember, coming around the first turn, and I was in second, and I passed Natasha, girl from Holland, on the outside, and from there, from the second turn, and then coming around the last turn, I just remember, I'm like, just pedal, just go all the way. And as soon as I passed the last little jump, like, I just remembered this big smile on my face, like across the entire finish line. And I mean, the feeling is just as good as any other time, but just for some reason, this one, it was better. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I totally get it. In your time racing, before we toss it back over to Melissa, because the chat is absolutely blowing up. What I'd like to know is, you being like an elite racer, you are at the highest of high. You transitioned out of the sport, right? In your best year racing, because people want to know. People want to know, what was the most money you remember making in one weekend? One weekend, not a year, but one weekend.
Pre-bar.
Peanuts. Probably like $5,000. Like,
really?
I mean,
that's
yeah, it was peanuts back then. Like, we didn't make money.
$5,000?
We did it for fun.
Now, are you okay? Let me ask this: are you saying it was $5,000 when there was like the two sanctions, like NBL,
Yeah.
ABA? Really?
Yeah, we didn't make that much money. NBL had more money than ABA back in the day.
It's a good thing.
NBL had like it was peanuts, man.
Really?
There was no money to be made back then.
What the fuck? How did everybody stick in the sport back then, though?
For fun. That's why we do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I understand it was for fun. I mean, fuck, man, I made more than that.
That's why I got out.
You made
Bro, I mean, look. I'm not talking shit, but like back then, I made that much money and then some DJing, and I didn't fucking do shit. I was just saying it. Like
but it's a passion sport, and
I agree.
but you make just enough to keep you in it.
The fuck you think I'm doing with this show right now?
What do you mean?
So back in the day, at the highest place, that's where you were at. It was just making enough to get along, right?
I didn't even get along. I lived with my mom and dad.
What the
Well, I'll break it down even a little bit more than that.
No, wait. Before you and Michelle,
I'm about to rant.
I know
ahead.
you are. That's why I'm going to turn it over to you. But give us a time frame, just so we know, because me coming into the sport, I had my friends. They picked me up from hockey camp in '94 and took me to Waterford Oaks. And they're like, "This is BMX." I'm like, "The fuck it is now." That was not Waterford Oaks, or that was not BMX in '94. So a couple of years later, when I got into the sport, I realized that's not BMX. So what year are we talking about?
I'm talking about
Don't say pre-COVID.
No. I'm talking. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when that. Here's the sad part. I don't know when where it all got blurred. Okay, but when Michelle was racing, all right. See that team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 riders.
Yeah.
There's 7 riders in that team. Half of them didn't go to half the races. So you've got like, call it 5 riders that were on a team sheet. And it was 5 riders that were on a team, not 35 like today. Dude, there's 35 kids on every damn roster. Why? Oh, because this time of year this kid's fast, and this time of year this kid's fast. But here's the downfall of it. All of them are getting done a disservice because none of them are getting a factory ride.
Nobody
There's probably a couple of amateurs on 1 or 2 teams that have what could be compared to somewhat of a factory ride. But back then, parents didn't pay for plane tickets unless they wanted to go with them. You got your plane ticket, you got your food money, you got picked up at the airport, you got all your entry fees, you got your bike. What else do you need? And there's only 5 of you. That's it. Right. That's why a team could have only 5, and they did everything for those 5. Take the same amount of money that you're spending on 35, 40 kids and to spend it on 5.
All right, so let me mute you for a minute. Michelle.
Yes?
Did you get picked up at the airport?
No, I got a rental car.
Goddamn gangster. All right. Now, she didn't get a rental car when she was 14.
No, like...
First of all, that wouldn't surprise me if she did, Brian.
But like, so 96. 96. So 96 is when the pro girls class started, right? 95, 96, something like that.
I don't know. I was in Columbus, Ohio.
And it had just started. So I mean,
y'all were awesome.
I mean, that's when it started. So I mean, there was no money there to be made, but like for sponsors, back then, you had your team manager. They'd rent the car. They'd come pick you up from the airport. They'd make like 10 trips back and forth to the airport, going to pick you up.
I know that feeling.
But later on, toward the end of my career, I would fly because it would be me and Eric Abadessa and Spanky flying to a national, and we'd just rent a car and we'd go.
All right. All right. At any point in your career, here's a hard-hitting question that's not in the script. Do you feel at any point in your career there was any sort of gender inequality? Be honest.
I mean, you can't really look at it that way. I mean, because...
Really? We can't?
I mean, you can't. I mean, because... Things were different back then. I mean, you could probably say it was gender inequality, but I mean, the guys got paid. We didn't. They had a pro class. Girls didn't. When we finally did, the guys made more. But there were 3 times as many dudes racing than females. So it was easy for them to have that class. For us, it was even hard to even make a moto at some nationals and to even make a pro class. So, I mean, call it gender inequality if you want, but I don't think so.
I've been a person that's exactly on the same page as you are. Like, it's entries to what's paid. And I'm going to tell you what, my day, in 98, 96, 97, 98, back in those days, I honestly didn't give a flying fuck about, like, I watched your class. I totally did. Whether we were in Columbus or wherever we were, I watched the women's class. Like, I didn't have a kid. It wasn't weird. Calm the fuck down, everybody in the chat room. It would just, the competition seemed way more intense. Whether you want to develop a theory that it was like less is more, whatever, dude. I made sure I was at the fence to watch your class. And I can tell you numerous stories after numerous stories at the Christmas Classic, because I'm a Midwesterner. I originated out of Michigan. So like that was when I got my taste of the pros. So first of all, I appreciate everything you did. Y'all earned what you earned. You should have earned more in my book. But it was always fun. And look, let's just be honest. We all partied our asses off at Mecca. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some of us wrote it. Come on.
I do not remember walking back down High Street with no shirt on, getting kicked out of the club. I don't remember that at all.
Michelle, what is your favorite story out of Mecca?
What is Mecca?
The club down the road.
Mecca.
That was the name of the club?
I
remember
They
going to
changed
Todd
it like
Lyons'
20
Todd Lyons'
times.
brother's bar.
Mecca.
That was Mecca?
Yeah, same one.
They changed it like 20 times.
Yeah.
Dude. And one year, Vanilla Ice was there. Just so you know.
Robbie Van Winkle.
Missed that one.
No, you didn't.
I missed it.
No, I'm pretty sure you didn't.
I probably was there.
I remember everybody dancing in the middle, and like this dude coming in and just slamming everybody around everywhere, and he was like the only guy left in the circle, and I just came running in from the side and just cleaned his clock.
Did you overhand right him?
Oh, just took him down, and I got barrel rolled up the stairs. Have you ever been barrel rolled upstairs? Not down the stairs and not down the hallway. They were just cartwheeling me up the stairs and out the door.
I'll share this story with you real quick. One time, Flint, Michigan. Me and my little brother were gambling on an MMA fight in the IMA, Michigan. Okay, that's at the arena that they were fighting in. I decided to fight the entire security force.
That doesn't sound like a wise idea.
I didn't win. Anyway, so here's what we got to do. Are you ready for the lightning round, Michelle?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I'm ready.
You are sure you're ready for a lightning round?
I was born ready.
Oh, it's going to be a good time. Here's what we're going to do. We have a rapid fire questions for you. All right. Melissa's going to start and Brian will go and then I will go. All right. So, Melissa, please take it away.
Absolutely. Michelle, what is your all-time favorite movie?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, have you heard that they're remaking it, by the way?
I have. I don't know that I like that.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I'm going to be goddamn honest with you. It's my favorite movie.
Dirty Dancing?
Well, the remake is going to be
Is,
Channing
dude.
Tatum.
You just got to
crush the right.
You just got to crush on Patrick Swayze. It's
Fuck
all.
Channing Tatum. I'm going to take his role. I'll take his role. All right, Brian, next.
Favorite TV show?
Get that right here.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Forever.
Ever.
TV show.
All time.
I'm going to go with Friends.
Safe.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm going to try to apply for the Dirty Dancing role. All right. Favorite road trip snack?
Gummy bears.
Mine
Ooh,
too.
I like it.
What was the last thing you Googled?
Oh, what did I Google? I don't.
What is the All Things BMX Show?
Oh, yes. What is? What is it? Probably.
Where is BF now?
It is.
All right.
Do what?
Go ahead.
Favorite city you've ever been to in the world and why? Amsterdam.
Oh, no, because no.
Dude, you've traveled so many places.
It's okay.
Oh,
You
man.
can tell
So
'em.
the bad thing about that is, like, as much as I've traveled, like, we didn't really get to do very much, you know. So it was like
Yeah, I
it was
know that
always
feeling.
about a race. But honestly, San Diego. I absolutely love San Diego. If the weather there is amazing. You can go to the beach, you can go to the mountains. I don't know. I go back in a heartbeat.
The food. San Diego seafood is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple. I'm just kidding. No, actually sausage.
I knew it. I
Sausage.
knew it.
Sausage.
All right.
All right. If you hadn't been involved with BMX as a kid, what do you think you would have done?
Scooter racing.
Probably gymnastics.
All right.
I thought she was going to say 5 to 10.
You're up next.
Never mind.
Luckily, I didn't.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. Thank
Good
goodness.
point. Good point.
All right. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
All right. You still racing now?
Am I still racing?
Yeah.
I raced my beach cruiser down to the beach.
Fair enough.
Race to the boardwalk.
Chromoly or aluminum?
Chromoly.
Fair enough.
Favorite book?
I like the Jack Reacher series. There's a Jack Reacher series that I like. And I like anything like positive, reading daily, inspirations, kind of like that.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Chocolate?
Damn.
Is that a guilty pleasure?
Well, I had tacos earlier. Is that a guilty?
Is that your guilty pleasure?
Yeah, I love fucking tacos, dude. Like, she says chocolate. I
Way
say
to
tacos.
get outside the box.
Is it?
Taco.
I don't know if you're making
Chocolate
fun
taco?
I don't know if. Ooh. Is there a way to combine them?
Choco taco.
So many innuendos right now.
I was gonna.
Alrighty. Hey, how about this?
Have you ever been to Vegas? Have you ever been to the Hard Rock and been to the Pink Taco?
I did go to the Pink Taco one time because I watched Social Distortion, but the Pink Taco was inverted inside out, and that's how I ended up in the booth.
Ah,
you're welcome. Instagram or Facebook, Michelle?
Facebook. I know.
I'm with you.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
No,
I
you
just-
just no. Fuck, no, you
She
didn't.
said that.
I tried the IG, but it just
IG,
it
it's
didn't
so-
like me.
It's confusing.
Oh man, skip over IG and just go straight to TikTok.
Oh,
TikTok's where it's
I'll get
at.
hooked on that.
Girls.
I will definitely get hooked on
TikTok
TikTok.
is where it's at.
No.
I get stuck on the reels and when the Facebook feed.
Yeah,
I just
I'm with
flip
you.
through hours.
Yep.
Hours.
Wasted.
Well, me and the rest of the kids are gonna go over there and
No,
hang
you're
out on
not.
TikTok.
Right.
What next
I'll
one?
follow you.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
What talent do you wish you had?
I wish I could walk on my hands.
That's a cool talent, dude. I like
All right.
it. I like it.
or ride a unicycle.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one thing that people generally are surprised to find out about you?
Oh man,
Oh my God! I wish I could say what I want to say.
please do, because I don't know.
No. All right, oh my God! I could just blow it up. Boom!
Maybe for
I
Moto
could,
2?
I could
Moto 2.
I could blow the whole thing up.
All right, Moto
Hey,
2.
What,
All right.
what was the question again?
What's the one thing that people generally are surprised to find out about you?
I can say I can clean it up. I can clean it
That
up.
I'm straight.
Yes! I was gonna say that you're single because the
That
whole
I'm
world,
single?
the whole
That I'm
world
single.
thinks that you and Ree are like a couple, and
What the
I know your history.
What the fuck did you-
I know
Wait,
your history. So
Rewind. What did you just say?
which part?
Before you started yelling.
That
What's the one
she was
thing that,
That she's single.
single.
And then
She's not gay.
That I'm straight?
That she's straight.
is that okay? Okay, good talk. All right.
What? I don't know where you're going.
No, I missed it because you were yelling.
I was
headphones-
so excited.
Dude,
I'm
my
sorry.
headphones were turned way up.
Because I was trying to think of a funny way to bring this in, to segue this in.
Were you?
And then I was like, this is kind of tacky or whatever. and then the question came up, what's the one thing people would be, and I was just like, ooh, here's my moment. And then I was like, no, I
How
can't
about I
do
give
it.
you the next moment?
I was literally, where's Petey Peters when I need him? I was literally ping-ponging it in my head.
Homie's hanging out with us in Kissimmee, Florida. What's the next question? Go ahead.
Oh,
You
shit.
you have the next question.
You really want to move on from this? This is good stuff.
Shit. Yeah.
He's not as open as I am. To
Are you
this talk.
kidding me? Are you
Anyway.
fucking kidding me?
Anyway,
I'm an open book.
what's your favorite Wednesday night live BMX show?
It's on the screen right now in the lower left corner.
Well, I mean, does it really have to say it? Do I really have to say it?
No, it's All Things BMX
he's
Show. Thank
he's
you.
grilling me right now, and I'm not really comfortable with this.
Oh, it's the greatest show.
All things.
BMX Show. And thank you. You want to do? Are we doing names?
Why do you keep
Listen,
grilling me?
I've never I haven't been like in any kind
Shows?
of BMX thing in I don't know how long. How long has it been? Like years. It's been years. And like when Brian asked me to be, on this, I'm like, at first, I was a little skeptical, because like I said, it just brings back so many memories. And
Right.
I mean, and I actually did today. I went and looked. I watched a little bit of Pole Camp's little interview, and I was like, "This is really, really cool." So, and
Well, thank you.
I give you guys mad props.
It's just so you know, it's like a lot of editing or not editing. What is it like? Just
A lot of prep work.
it's a lot of prep
Yeah.
work. There's a ton of shit behind the scenes. But I want to tell you, like, Michelle, it's been an honor to have you on the show.
No, it really.
It's really has been, and thank you so much. And Fel, thank
It
you.
was all right.
Whatever. Oh my God, this
It's all
guy.
right.
All
And
right.
I really appreciate you hanging out with us, because what we do is we try to bring our guests in and like a fun, conversation. And thank you. And it was really,
Oh, thank you.
We went a little off script
dude,
tonight.
we went off script.
I know.
But, like, I told this dude earlier when we were eating dinner, I'm like, you don't know. Like, I had posters in my first apartment with her hanging on the wall. So I don't want to geek out, but thank you so much. And we're not done. I want you to hang out with us. We have like a few segments we're going to do, and I love to have you hang out with us and talk about this if you have nothing else to do.
Absolutely. I got a few minutes. It's past my bedtime, but I can hang out for a few more minutes.
Goddamn,
I gotta go to work tomorrow. Come on,
it's
I gotta
past
get up
my
early.
bedtime too.
She's got to save lives tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for
Dude.
just shitting on what we do. All right. We're going to go into Newsmaker segment, which is Newsmakers brought to you by our good friends over at 110% Nutrition. We want you guys to know the best nutrition you can get is brought to you by 110% Nutrition. So here,
While we're on 110% nutrition,
yeah.
I want to offer anybody $20 that walks up to AJ and messes up his hair and gets a picture with AJ with all messed up hair. The first kid that does it this weekend in West Palm, $20 crisp, $20 bill ready for you. You got to mess up his hair and take a selfie with him. $20.
$20, dude. I'm going to do that to pay for our dinner tonight. All right. Our first Newsmaker segment. just shout out to our good friends, Michelle's race there. I know. Waterford Oaks. Our good friends over at Waterford Oaks and Akron BMX, they've like scaled up. Because you remember what we were talking about the other week? Like, it's the same thing we talking about? Mm-hmm. Well, they scaled it up. So here's what's going on. March 12th, we're going to have a Waterford Oaks versus Akron at Ray's. So make sure you guys get there and represent your track. It doesn't matter if you're from Toledo or not. Just claim Waterford or Toledo. And it's $15. I mean, dude.
That's cool.
What was it? 2 weekends ago when I went to Ray's, it was like $70 for me and my friend to go. So this is a great discount. All right. So make sure you guys go. It's going to be a good time. Melissa.
Yes. So where's the captain going to be? In support of our friends of the show, Nick and Lindsay Long, we'll be letting our viewers and listeners know where the captain will be on tour in 2023. So it looks like the next stop for him, February 1st, is going to be at the Arizona Pro Track. And then February 4th and 5th, he's going to be at Duke City. So if you are in the area, go to his Facebook or Instagram and get all the info. Sign up for his clinics. I hear they're fantastic, so not to be missed.
They're filling up all the time. It is that time to go to Melissa's world famous trivia. Are you ready, Melissa?
I am.
Put your hand on. It's a good question, by the way.
Thank you.
No.
All right, I have in honor of Michelle's current profession, a firefighting question. But Michelle, I don't want you to give it away. We'll wait and see if you remember the answer at the end. But in the prize pack tonight, I have your very own what are these called again? Danger snacks. It left my brain for a minute. This one says Vamonos. Get it on my camera right there. I got a Mom's Talk beverage koozie going out to the winner. I got our sticker pack. And in honor of some Florida racing, I have a High Springs BMX t-shirt. I love the back of this one. It's a bike, and it says that life is all about balance. And I think we all pretty much got that down. And then you have your very own T-Bone ATV backpack to house it all. So my question is, a firefighter needs how many hours of training before legally being allowed to enter the interior of a burning building? The number of hours that Michelle had to go through training before legally being allowed to enter the interior of a burning building.
3.
So
4.
Get those answers in the chat.
Wait, you said how many?
I said 3 in a 6-pack.
I'll go 1.
And a 6-pack or just 1? 1 hour? Let's do this.
I'll go 12.
12 hours.
No.
Wait, are you talking about how much time it takes you to drink the 6-pack or get ready to go into a burning building?
Well, I think about 3 hours is enough sufficient time to enough liquid courage to
combine
to get the job done.
I mean, this is training, guys.
Aren't we always training?
You gotta have balls of steel.
Aren't we always training? I would think.
I'm
always.
Put a hose
Always,
on.
always.
Actually, I haven't been training in a long time. Like,
yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next week. What do we have going on?
Moto 2.
Moto 2. I have to upload.
Mr. Drew Polk is going to be hanging out with us for his All Things BMX Moto 2. You're not going to want to miss it. He's got lots to say and catch us up on.
That is correct. You're not coming back, right?
That's a negatory Ghost Rider.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's like an hour
Two
and a
hours,
half.
drive.
away.
it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, but god damn it, can't you leave at a time it's not that far?
It's always 2 hours and 15 minutes.
All right, fair enough. All right, we're gonna go into our
Yeah,
showcase.
at a certain time of day, like your city and my city are closer together. I got to figure out that time of day.
I got to your city in like an hour and 35.
It's probably like a 30, probably like a 20-minute flight.
I didn't
Just
fly
saying.
there, dude. I drove.
Just saying.
My Equinox cannot go that fast.
You know, little story. My brother's Eclipse made it from the Cape Coral track to our front door in an hour, one time.
I'm willing to gamble on that.
We were booking.
Yeah, I'm not scared. I can do it.
Suit up.
All right,
Let's go.
All right. It is time for showcase. And we got to thank our friends over at Answer BMX. You got to get new numbers, don't you, for racing?
Yeah, you do. New number time.
I don't know if you know this or not. I mean, basically, if you haven't been on social media. Have you been on social media today?
Only about an hour.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this or not, but like district numbers are out. Do you know that or not?
Does that mean the moms do a whole shuffle? Is
They-
that a restaging of the moms as well, or is that just the number of the kids?
It's a shuffle to the left.
Okay, everybody shuffle one step to the left.
All right. Tell them about the Dirty Knobs podcast show.
Oh, the Dirty Knobs podcast show. I love this show. It's fun. It's a good time. It is edited. Just so you know, it is
Really?
edited, but it's hosted by Hollywood Mike Miranda, EC Eric Carter, and JV James Vicente. Did I add an extra T in there? I think I did, didn't I? James Vicente. You know, he lives by me. Reached out to him, still hasn't called me back. Whatever, James.
I think I have his phone number. We'll call him.
Whatever. Anyway, the podcast is awesome. It's a great time. The newest one out right now is Toby Henderson and Jeff Botima. It's a pretty good listen. They talk about all the old stuff and before there was the internet, before all the other stuff, and they're telling you how it all came about. It's a really good listen.
Yeah, that was crazy to think about. Like before social media, before the internet, like that I don't know. That's just
There was a time.
I remember waiting for a magazine to come in the mail and reading it like 1,000 times.
right. But like,
I didn't put any pictures up on the wall like a fangirl, but
you mother.
but I had a
There were
good
many
time.
things.
All right, Michelle. Never
Oh,
mind.
the
All right,
jab.
we'll just move
Sounded
on.
like a jab.
You literally left me with nothing. Good job, Melissa.
Next, we want to shout out our gal pals over at the Moms Talk BMX podcast. Their newest episode is featuring Ashley Young, and she's catching up on all things BMX and her role and everything she's been doing. So go check them out. They are a group of moms that get together to discuss and break down BMX in and on the track, nationals, volunteering, coaching, all that stuff. They're great. So go take a listen.
Yeah,
I just listened to the Lindsay Long episode on the way over here.
good. It was great.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
We're going to talk about the Beer Budge BMX show. BMX's only live streaming open forum show discussing the hot topics, news, tracks, teams, and riders and more. This week's show is coming to you hotter than a district mom lined up at the free clinic trying to find out what they ended up catching at the Vegas race from that BMX factory dad. Thank you guys. Tune in, tune on, tear off your shirt. It's the Beer Budget BMX show. You're welcome, Rick. I worked on it. All right. We're going to talk about BF. That's yours.
Oh, the Lean 8 podcast. New episode titled Shane Harlow, a racer in transition. Always worth a listen. The Lean 8 podcast is hosted by Todd Wilson.
Yeah.
The link is in the chat, I do believe.
We always put them in there. And last but not least, our good friend. It's been a minute. He was on the show, and Melissa will tell you this is the longest pre-show talk ever had. But he'll be on the show soon. Our good friend, Joe Doherty, he has a podcast. It's not like all about racing, but he does a really good job out of Connecticut, like hooking in like racing and trail jumping and park. And I'm going to tell you, like, he just dropped a ton of new shows. So you guys make sure, go over and watch the first one, episode 136, The Night Digger. It's good. We're going to put a link in there, and you won't be disappointed. And look, if you guys have a podcast, live stream, print, it doesn't matter. Social media, shit. Like, what are those things? A zine?
Love a zine.
Yeah, love a zine. If you guys got a zine, please send it to us at info@All Things BMX Show, and we'll put it in our showcase segment. Melissa, do we have a winner?
I do not
Are you
have a winner.
You don't?
According to Google, according to the answer I got off Google, I do not have a winner.
So
Michelle, did you have a stab at the question?
I have no idea. You
And it might be different. Somebody
I would
might
have
might
to
be different
Google it.
state to state.
Michelle's answer.
Yeah, you're currently.
The only thing I can tell you is 6 months.
A long time, Melissa. That's the answer officially. A long time.
A long
ass time. Well, Google says that a firefighter needs a minimum of 100 hours of training before entering a burning building.
100?
Which didn't seem like enough, but then at the same time, it seems like a ton when you're talking about a fire.
Wait a minute.
So I'm assuming that's on the job training, but I don't know.
100 hours.
A couple of people came close, but
that's like less than 3 weeks, right? I'm not good with math.
Yeah, but that's probably like there's probably like a 5-hour course, a 4-hour course.
I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is, I don't give a shit.
You are so violent tonight.
Not
Why are you so
violent.
violent? He tried to beat me when the camera was off.
I did. But I'm saying, if you take a week and a week, that's 80 hours.
Yeah, but they're not training for the full 80
I
hours.
don't give a flying shit. I'm just saying.
Well, doesn't that kind of make the whole the whole statement?
No.
All right, you better turn around.
Dude,
you're
if
getting
my house is on
close.
fire, I want them to have the best goddamn education they can have.
Okay.
well, that's not necessarily including classroom time. That's like fire time.
What is fire time?
Well, like actually training in a fire in a
Flames on.
burn.
Michelle, how many hours did you do before you ran into, if Fal and I were cohabitating in a dwelling and we had our place catch on fire?
In a completely heterosexual way, by the way.
Not gay.
Just making that absolutely 100% clear. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
I don't know how many hours. I have no idea how many hours I did. I did a 6 month fire standards. I mean, you'd have different kinds of training throughout that course, and you have your physical, and then you have the book work that you have to do. But I doubt the book work counts for anything. But
Axe throwing.
I'm gonna say 100.
We're not passing.
I'm gonna say
Thank you.
100.
We're not passing. All right. It's time for birthdays.
Did they actually have a class stop, drop, and roll?
They do.
They
we
do, right?
We teach that to the kindergartners.
How about that?
Yes, we do.
Stop, drop, and roll.
They teach them the kindergartners.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they teach that to the little kids.
Evidently, that was instilled in me at a young age because I pulled that right out, didn't I?
Well,
Absolutely.
Your community school did a good job.
Stop, drop, and roll.
You know what my community school taught me?
Lock and load, bitches.
Goddamn right.
I've heard the stories.
Second Amendment. Let's roll. They didn't. I'm sorry. They taught me stop, drop, and roll and everything else that they were supposed to. It's time for birthdays. I have to get to my phone right now and call Chris. Stall.
Chris Under the Weather beer.
It's your time to stall.
It's my time to stall. So
You're not doing a good job.
I'm not doing a good job. I hate it when I get thrown in. This is why we have a script. This is why we follow the script.
And you do it.
I like to default to Melissa on this.
Michelle, what do your shifts look like?
We got Chris on the line.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing lovely. How are you guys doing tonight?
Having a great time this evening, and
Well, you look like you're having fun.
Yeah. It's not a safe work environment over here.
I'm gonna beat
No, JT's a little revved up tonight, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah, he
yes,
shouldn't.
He, is.
He never should have gave me that 36-hour energy drink.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, him and I were outside performing firefighter training procedures before the show started.
Okay, we'll leave that alone at this point.
That was really awkward because the only one that had pants on was me. All right, take it away. Tell us about our birthdays.
Okay, so let's see. Birthdays are brought to you by On Two Wheels. So if you're looking for new parts for your bike or a new setup, go talk to Jeremy over at On Two Wheels. They'll take care of you. If you're celebrating a birthday this week, you're celebrating with Rebecca Boyle, Daniel Angelo, let's see, Valerie Calabresi, Darlene Petit Filet Wilson. Let's see here, Ryan Ellison, Kira Javik.
Oh, so close, Parakovic.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's pretty good
Hey,
for me.
just to share with you guys, she has her own podcast, and Melissa's going to tell me exactly what the name of. What is it, Melissa?
It's called The Oddity Shop. You can find it over on Spotify. They, her and her bestie, Zach, yeah, talk about things like I don't know, the haunted houses, trolls, and just odd stuff that you shadow people, like weird things you hear about, dream interpretations, that kind of stuff. It's really cool. They do a great job.
We're gonna put the link in the show chat because I used to work. I used to work with her. So at the one cell company that I will not say that I worked at. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, their latest one is on doppelgangers.
It's
some just weird stuff.
It's really good. So, all right,
Okay.
all right, take it away.
You're gonna have to throw that in there, Justin. I don't have that one.
I got you.
Okay, so it's Kara's birthday, so go check out her podcast. Let's see here. We have John Rosen, Max Lessler,
Max Eisler,
Paul Branham, Mike Schultz. Hey, our buddy Dan Rumpel over at the Saw.
The Saw.
Yeah. Max Sweeby on the Sweeby Brothers, I assume. Ryan Burke. Fonz Allen. Is that like Fonz, like
Hey.
Let's see here. Johnny Johnson. Oliver Klozoff. Oh, jeez. That's a good one, Justin.
Yeah, we got you on that one, Chris.
Who is it?
Who is got me? Oliver Klozoff.
Oliver Klozoff.
Good one.
Oh, but don't bump. Thomas Gross. Ulysses Argentine. Eggery. I don't know.
Argentine. How did you get Argentine out of that name?
Well,
I got Venezuela. I got Venezuela as the last name.
Ulysses, Tennessee.
God.
Venezuela.
Ulysses S. Grant. All right. Yes. All right. Moving right along. Rita.
He's getting too good at
Rita
this.
Hockett. I even said that wrong. Okay. Steve Myers, Ted Royce, Stephanie Tebow, and Nellie's Alfred. I don't know.
Annalise.
Annalise Alfernick.
Annalise Elferink.
Okay. Debbie Kelso, been on the show before. I know how to say her name. And then the last one we had just jumped in here a little bit ago was Lando the Mando.
Lando the Mando.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it.
So that's everybody. Hey, Michelle, thank you for being on the show. You have a great story. It was fun to listen to you. And
Right on. Thank you.
And we will see you guys all next week. Have a good week, everybody. God bless.
All right, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
too.
Thanks, Chris.
Just for the record, if anyone has a birthday, I would love to share this with you. If you could possibly send that birthday to me, I don't give a flying F if it's text, Facebook, what other
I
ways?
actually had one emailed to me
Smoke signal.
Today?
a day or two ago, but it's for June.
Oh, wait. Did you just say June?
Yep.
Fuck.
He's planning ahead.
Okay, I'm very happy. So let's give them their congratulations. However, if you have a birthday you'd like to have on the show, please. I don't care if you smoke screen that shit to me. Come up to me. No, don't come up to me at a race.
Pass a note at the race.
Dude. It has to be a note.
Has to be a note. It has to be folded like 12 different ways. Too.
15, but like you remember the thing in school where you did like bloop, 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 like the open thing?
Yeah.
Do that, but like do
Cootie
not
catcher?
do not wait until the day of the show. Don't, because I can't. Like all the software we have to do behind the scenes, like it takes a lot just for Brian Feld to change his hat. It does. It's a lot. All right. So if you guys have a birthday,
I'm the only one that noticed.
I know. Wah, wah, wah. All right. If you guys have a birthday and you want to hear it on the show, please send it to info@allthingsbmxshow.com. We appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. We will toss it over to our guest, and we're gonna, Michelle. It's your time, your shout outs, your thanks. We appreciate you for joining us this evening. Take it away.
My shout outs and my thanks. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, thank all of you, for sure, BF, for reaching out and, asking me to be on the show. I feel like, I haven't been in touch with anyone or anything to do with BMX in a very long time. So to hash it out and rehash it and, drudges up some memories, some great memories. And, looking back, starting from the most recent, my standard bike company, Rick Moliterno, who was amazing. Going to Haro, with Tony D, Bill Prince, the two, TMs that, had my back on, wherever we were, even though Bill gives me shit about not pedaling past the finish line all the time. But no, he definitely, he was there, even on good times, when we were traveling, and always had our backs, and that was really cool. Everybody, there's really not a person in BMX who I haven't come across that has touched my life in some sort of way. The girls that I always raced with growing up, the guys, the pros for, I would always watch them in racing and see how they would take a jump, or if who's jumping what, who's rolling what. There's so many people that had a hand in that, and the list is I have with the BMX community, Alice Bixler, Irma Miller, Dave Miller, all the people who brought everybody together. You know, Bob T, you know, just back in the day. You know, there's way too many to even mention. Let's see who else. My bestie, you know, my best friend who, like, we've been friends for 20 years, you know. Marie, she's been, you know, she knows me better than I know myself. You know, we sold both of our houses in Apopka and moved to the beach. So it's just a life that is second to none. And BMX really had a big influence on that. And there's just so many people. If I ever came across anybody, you had an impact on my life. No matter who it was. High fives, thumbs up, good luck. You know, it's just an impactful sport that it doesn't get much better.
Michelle, can we have you on again for Moto 2?
Moto 2?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
I would love that.
Oh, we appreciate. What do you got?
Well, I just want to sign out. Like, do my little.
You want to take the outro?
No, I just want to say thank you very much for having her on the
like
show.
The whole thing.
No, I just don't want to get.
I'm not that good.
Forgotten. What, you got it? You got it for sure.
I'm not that good.
I just want to say thank you for coming on.
First of all,
notice.
Before he says anything, thank you, Brian Fell, because I forgot the last time you were here. Thank you, Brian Fell, for coming and hanging out with me. Because it's like a 2-hour drive for you to have and hang out with me.
2:15. But whatever. I got it.
Yes, thank you, Brian Fell, for always being there for me and telling me to go and friggin' just do shit.
Is he not the greatest person you can ever meet in BMX?
Just do shit.
Dude, he's
yeah.
A best friend who you can just go to about anything, and it doesn't even matter how long we don't talk. Like, no, he'll friggin' pick up the phone and it's like we just talked yesterday. So I love it. I love him. I love you, BF.
We were peas and carrots for 8 years.
Yes.
Or whatever,
yes,
you know.
Yep.
You can't help being around somebody that long without, you know, knowing all the ins and outs and
that's true.
how to calm her mom down.
Oh man. Somebody had to.
Can I give it to you to take us out?
Good times.
I mean, here you go.
The full outro?
Dude, just take it away, bro. There it is. Take it away. It's on you. Go.
Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We want to thank our guest, Michelle Cairns. We want to thank Melissa up there in Michigan, Justin over here, as usual. And can't wait till next week when we're going to have Mr. Drew Polk on the show. It's going to be another good one. Going to ask him about his secret relationship that I just found out about. And we'll have a good time. So make sure you tune in next week. Same time, same channel. Have a great week.